What's up, everybody? In the house. How's everyone doing? Hope everybody's doing okay. Um, so a couple of days ago, like 3 days ago, 3 days ago there was a flood in Nevada, and yesterday there was a big flood also in Spain. So these weather patterns are really playing crazy. If you really pay attention, you will see it yourself. Um, but anyway, I don't want to talk about um, politics or all this stuff, but this is just a hangout chat. If you want to jump in the box or stay in the chat, it's all up to you. How you doing, KP? Good to see you. But um, mass layoffs are coming. Um, Tyson just laid off 30,000 people, man. I mean, this is like heavy numbers. Um, many other big companies, um, franchise companies, especially, like Target, Walmart, all these places are keep laying off people. So I am not sure. I'm not sure what some of these people are talking about when they say, "Oh, don't worry about it. It's gonna get better." Um, I don't, I don't see that happening. Hey, how you doing, Kelly? Ray in the house. Hey, how you doing, Kelly? How are you? So things are getting worse. California, even though some people maybe don't think of, is going down. So many companies have left the state of California just by 2022, 700,000 Californians said, fuck California, I'm out of this piece. You know, I mean, California used to be one of the beautiful states, but the way they doing it, is going down. And it don't look good. Hey, how you doing, Anthony? Good to see you. How are you? So, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare when you go to the grocery store, like for real. When I go to the grocery store, I already have my phone in my hand just to dial the ambulance because I feel like I'm getting a heart attack seeing those ridiculous numbers. And I went to Albertson. I said, what? Forget Walmart is too far. I just go to Albertson, and even there is everything is expensive. Everything. I moved her to Tucson from California 10 years ago. I, I absolutely love it here. Yeah, Arizona is nice too. It's just for me personally, it's just too hot. But I actually love the homes in Arizona. But things are not getting better. That, that's, that's all I can tell you. Things are getting worse and worse. I really don't know. I mean, um, I'm just asking you, anybody who listens to me. I mean, what are you gonna do when your income can't handle this nightmare anymore? I mean, what are your solutions? I've been asking myself this question. I'm like, yeah, what am I gonna do when the economy get worse and my purchasing power it fades away, and I cannot afford buying anything anymore because everything is just too expensive. I have now to choose: is it going to be my rent or is it going to be my family's belly? What am I going to do then? You know? Hey, how are you, Kelly?
Hey, hey, how are you?
All right. As always, only bad news. That's what we do. We are famous to
Yeah,
represent negativity. I have not heard that anyone ever said, hey, the taxes
well,
went lowered, or hey, unemployment went down. Hey, unemployment went up. Hey, taxes went up. Everything got expensive.
I know they kill me with this whole, well, we have the best, employment numbers since whatever year they try to use. And I'm like,
Right.
where are you at? Like, here, that's not the case. But,
Right. I mean, I don't know. I have a feeling, that the government think, we fed on our head and we got stupid and dumb and blind, like when they do this, it's just funny to me. We are 335 million people. We just added 236,000 jobs. Yeah, and I bet those 236,000 jobs are all part-time jobs. And
well, not only that though, Pete. I was watching a video cuz Mo's aunt has a channel. It's small, but she covers different news things, right?
mm,
And she was playing a segment from Sky News, right? At the
mm,
border. I could not believe the amount of people like getting over here. It looks insane at the border. Like
right.
we have definitely went over the 2000 a day mark.
Mm,
It's just crazy. So when people argue the theory of, well, let them take the jobs we don't want, no, all the jobs are getting taken. What are you talking about?
right. I don't think, I don't, I mean, for real, I don't think people realize what is really happening here. Hey, salam alaikum. Salam.
Hey, Garcia. Hi, Patricia.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Not bad.
Hey, what's up, Garcia? Now, see, I really don't know if they really realize what's going to happen. Yeah, I think the people are too confident. They don't think anything ridiculous is going to happen. I don't think they don't take this situation serious at this point. Actually, I don't know. A lot of people don't seem to be concerned. But if I was them, I would be shitting in my pants because this is going to get real ugly. Did you
Well,
know that California lost 391 billion US dollars last year because um, Elon Musk, Toyota, Walgreens, all these big companies said, you know what, we have enough of California, we're leaving,
I believe it.
and Texas gained out of it.
But
They're going to move to Texas.
what company can you even call, right, at this point in the game and get somebody from this country to answer?
Right.
I mean, if you're calling any big corporation, like I don't know. I think the last probably American person I spoke with was maybe when I talked to Spectrum, my cable company, maybe. But most of these places that I try to contact, yeah, I can barely understand the other person on the I mean the person on the other end. Seriously.
Right. And
I don't know. It's scary for sure.
I hate the fact when you do, not when you call them, but you getting phone calls. I don't know where the hell are they from, but
Yeah.
they barely speak English. And when I hear this, hello, my friend, when I hear that type of accent, fucking Indians, I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I need to hang up the phone. That motherfucker tried to rip me off right now. The first thing they're gonna ask, what's your social security number? You know?
They're that's crazy. And even in the, where I'm at, the Indians own everything in the hood, bro. Everything.
Yeah.
There's probably one local black owned business that I'm aware of for, I can't even
Mhm.
tell. And this used to be all black owned, right?
Yeah.
No, the Indians got all this shit wrapped up now.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you've been in LA before, Kelly, but in LA, I say 95% of the motels are owned by Indian people.
I've been there, but it's been 20 years, you know?
Motels and gas stations, all of them are owned by Indian people.
Yeah,
Yeah, you might see an American dude working the gas station, but he just worked there. He don't own this place.
but who are they even giving jobs to? Because most of the places I go to, they got all their family working in there, you know?
Right. Yeah.
So they come here, get the business, right? Run it
Yeah.
5 years
Yeah,
tax
that's the
free.
crazy part. Yeah, I agree with that. That's the crazy part. They don't even hire American people. You know, like I remember when I lived in LA. I applied at this one company, and they were all Indians. Not one single person was from a different country, or I say uh, American or so. They were all the whole family, only family members. That's
Yeah,
what they. Yeah,
it's
very rare
wild.
that you see that an Indian hires some different race or so. I never seen it. I don't
Me
know.
either.
Maybe there is, but me personally, I have not seen it.
No,
And I
they'll hire.
17 years here, that's a long time to not see all that.
Right. I mean, they'll hire somebody to like wipe off the counters, sweep up the
Hmm.
store, clean up the parking lot, and give them a few dollars, right?
Right.
But they're not going to give you a real job.
No, no,
No,
I don't think so.
nope. And
But
that's crazy that we even allow that.
yeah, I mean, okay. So, I mean, I'm not American citizen, but when I did become German citizen, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were telling me that, they're like, yeah, if you do become self-employed, uh, you have to hire German people. I'm like, yeah, I am aware of this, and I'm sure it is the same over here. It's not a big difference. When you do become a citizen of a country, uh, there are laws that you have to follow, but it don't. It seems to me like a lot of people don't follow these laws anymore.
Well, and I know like a couple of people that have been here like on a green card, it just gets extended for how many years or months, however that works. I don't know. But when the green card or whatever runs out, they can still stay and get employed by a major, company, right? The grocery store, whatever it may be.
Hmm.
And the only difference is their pay rate is probably a little lower, right? But
I don't know.
so in
Maybe.
yeah, like instead of making 15 an hour, they'll give them 10,
Oh, okay.
you know? So they're still able to work and function, you know?
Mm,
And with the green card being expired, they're just going to sacrifice them $5 an hour, but they're still going to be employed. And
right.
how companies do it, I'll never know, you know?
Mm,
But it I can't. I'm starting to get every day. I start getting a little bit more worried. Like, oh shit.
Right. Yeah. See, it's all because of um, the cost of living. That's where the whole problem starts, Ken. Because instead of you hiring a American with a degree, right? You go ahead and hire someone with no degree and pay him a little bit less, Because I remember I was working for, uh, I was not working for, I had a friend, he was a business owner, he was Iranian, and I said, then I met another Iranian, he just arrived to LA, and he said, hey, I am new here. I don't know anybody. Do you know anybody who can hire me or whatever? I said, yeah, I have a friend. He's Iranian too. Maybe he give you a job. And then he went over there. I introduced him to him. He said, oh no, I rather hire somebody else. Um,
Really?
who has who has no degree because he had an engineering degree, from Iran, and he said, "No, I rather hire somebody who has no degree so I can pay him less. I'm very honest with you, And yeah, that's how it is. That's how it is. Um, they hire even people from overseas with no degrees instead of hiring somebody who went to college. That's the crazy.
Yeah,
That's
it
ignorance.
is crazy.
Yeah,
I have
that's
young
how it is.
cousins who have
Even
degrees.
even in Germany, even when I lived in Germany, like right after they broke the wall in East Germany, right?
Mm-hmm.
The East Germans and the Russians they immigrated to Germany, right? So I have a degree from Germany, and I applied at this one job, and they denied me, but they hired that fucking Russian dude. I'm like, this dude first don't speak German, and second, he don't even have a degree. How can you hire somebody with no degree? I was mad as fuck.
Well, I know here I have, a couple of young cousins that have masters, right?
Right.
And they can't get a job in their field. They're just working, at in
Right.
other positions,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know.
In Iran, you're gonna laugh now. In Iran, cab drivers, right?
Mhm.
There's They are doctors. They have doctor degrees, but they can't find jobs, and so they drive cabs. They have to pay.
Wow.
They have to pay their bills somehow. Um, I was talking to my cousin yesterday, and he was telling me, yeah, food prices went extremely up. Like 1 pound of ground beef, $50. People can't find jobs. There are, and Iran is one of the countries where people uh, have a lot of high degrees, like engineering, doctors, lawyers, and blah blah blah. And she was telling me, yeah, my neighbor is a doctor, but he's driving a cab. Yeah, he can't find a job.
Speaking of the whole doctor thing, I mean, not inquire, I encourage everyone to get any medical procedure done ASAP.
Yeah,
Get into the doctor, get a checkup, do what you got to do, get it done now.
yeah,
While you have the chance, right? And I'm not trying to fear monger. I'm just saying
right. Yeah,
it's
you never know.
that's what I'm
Right,
doing. I'm getting
right.
all my stuff done now. You know,
Yeah,
like all my checkup, the woman thing, anything. I'm doing all that right now because 2024 is going to be a whole new animal.
right. Well, Garcia, I would have done that if they would allow to ship food. You cannot ship food.
Oh, ship food over there?
No,
Yeah.
you can't.
Why not? I've seen people do it here. I was just at the post office the other day. But I don't know, you know what? Let me take that back. I don't know if she was sending it overseas. She might have just been sending it within the states.
Right. I mean, and then on top of that, this is Iran. This is not Thailand or France or so. This is Islamic Republic. They're gonna say, yeah, fuck that meat. That meat is not um, halal, blessed.
We
So
probably can't even ship the shit we eat here anywhere else. They probably refuse it for sure.
right. I mean, they will not accept anything that comes from the U.S. and vice versa. Same with here. Like all this stuff you see in the Middle Eastern stores comes actually from Canada. And why is that? Because United States don't accept nonstop, I mean, straight shipments from the Middle East to the U.S. Because of politic crap. So what they do is they ship everything to Canada, and then what they do in Canada is uh, take everything out and then repack it again and put a stamp with the made in Canada. Okay, first of all, saffron does not grow in Canada. Basmati rice does not grow in Canada. How the hell was that made in Canada? You know what I mean? So yeah, this is how they do it.
Man, and then I was watching a broadcast the other day. I don't even know where KSW or something. They kind of do like a live coverage of quote unquote enemy lines over there with Ukraine and Russia, and like kind of pointing out where they're breaking bad and this and that. And I'm like,
Right,
all this stuff is just crazy, man. We're definitely, and even myself, I get caught up in, you know, um, what do they call it? Like, the social media popularity thing, like what's the hottest thing on social media at the moment, the top
right.
story, when in reality I shouldn't probably even be focused on that at all.
Did you know 20 countries have banned export shipping on food?
Really?
Yeah, 20 countries. I have it here on my what you call it, on my community page. I dropped it the other day. I was just shocked. I'm like, wow, it was just crazy, to read something like that. Where is it? There you go. It says here, let me make this larger.
My fear is like, when are they gonna get to a point where they're, gonna be like, hey, we don't have money for this, we don't have money for that, you know,
Right,
um, social programs gone, like, when do we get to that point? Like, that's
right,
because anybody that, I mean, the only people that probably can see some type of benefit, I would assume, out of a food, like a food share, whatever, would be people with small kids, right?
right.
Because as an adult, I mean, I don't know. I can't even imagine. I mean, I spent $100 the other day, and that's like enough for a week. And I went to Aldi's. Like, I was picky, you know. And
Right.
it ain't gonna be special stuff. It ain't gonna be, like steaks and all that other shit. Like,
Shit,
man.
I was yesterday in Albertson. Steak. What was that? Like maybe that was uh, 1.5 pound or something like that for $42. I'm like, and then watermelon 8.99. And these. It's not. I don't know what it's called in English. It's this big spoon that you use in kitchen for soup. You know when you wanna stir it, right?
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
know what you like a
Fifteen
letter.
ninety
It's
nine.
how
Fifteen
much?
ninety nine. 15.99.
What do they call that? A ladle or something? I forget what
Yeah,
they
I don't
call
know what they call it, what their name is for it, but I just call it the kitchen spoon.
it.
But I'm like, that is ridiculous. So a person need to go work for 1 hour just to be able to buy this goddamn spoon to cook something in his kitchen. That is crazy.
Well,
Yeah,
and the theft.
Argentina, Algeria, Egypt, India, Indonesia, Iran, Kazakhstan, Kosovo, Turkey, Ukraine, Russia, Serbia, Tunisia, and Kuwait. These are the countries who who started not exporting anything anymore. Uh, Most of the stuff is soya bean oil, then wheat, pasta, the vegetable oil, sugar, eggplant, potatoes, tomatoes. Uh, then what else we got here? Wheat, corn, flour, fruits, chicken, meat products, grain, vegetable oil. Uh, it is crazy, but I mentioned that a couple of months ago. I said that it's going to happen, and
I
boom.
have a short I I have a short that was done a year ago, I think on my channel about a trucker telling people to go buy their wheat and whatever they wanted. But I think, like I said, this has been going on so long, like people being scared, and that it just becomes like next day business,
Right.
because they've always said this was gonna happen. So, you know, but
Mm,
my fear is the lockdown thing, like
yeah.
that would completely I don't
I
know.
would put it this way, Kelly. Another lockdown is gonna smash the whole economy completely.
Absolutely.
Completely. We will be like in 1943 then, where right now you still can go to a store and find what you want, but after this lockdown, it's gonna be like, I need. Hey, so do you speak to your neighbor? Hey, do you know where I can get potatoes from? Or do you go to the next person? Hey, do you know where I can find milk? Or it's gonna be like that because this economy is already messed up right now. I mean, 1100, banks have shut down in the entire country right
I saw that.
now. Since July, since July, over 2,373 businesses have shut down, and these are not your little businesses. These are big daddy businesses, and and it still seems like it's not concerning anybody. So I really don't know. Uh, I mean, what are we gonna do? When the economy does crash and nobody has a job, nobody has no money. I mean, yeah, you as a prepper, you might have something for today, but sooner or later that shit is gonna run out too. Then what?
Well, I mean, I think the only person that, the type of people that could really get through something like that is the ones that are economically strong, right? Which wouldn't be us. That
Mhm.
wouldn't be the average person on this platform, okay? Or people that are very self-sufficient, meaning, have a full working farm, right?
Right. But how many of them are there, Kelly? There are not.
They're very few.
Yeah, there are only a few. And these are the people who've been actually prepping their entire life, not someone like you or me who just started prepping for a couple of years or so.
Right.
They have all their shit together. Like they have figured every little scenario out that they have this and that. I mean, yeah, someone has land, someone don't have it. Someone has seeds, someone don't have seeds. Someone has prepping tools, someone don't have prepping tools. It's just like, um,
See, I think for most people, survival has always been a thing. So
mhm,
it's not such a huge deal right now because we're kind of used to having to figure it out. If you know anything about, you know, um, being in poverty, right?
right,
But I mean, once you get beyond that, that's when it gets scary. You know what I
right.
mean?
I was reading an article about Germany. Um, I just couldn't believe when I was reading that. It was saying, start learning how to filter your own pee so you have drinking water.
Oh my God.
I know a lot of people that I bother with also been getting more and more neighbor into growing a garden and raising animals. Right,
Yeah, but I mean, okay. I mean, yeah, I have an uncle that does that, right? But I mean, he's older and he still has to, I mean, he doesn't fully do it himself. He still takes the cows to the butcher, you know what I mean? Like I guess he's not fully functioning, but maybe some people do to where they know how to do all that, you know? They know how to butcher the animals that they have and
can filter pee. Right. Yeah, but I mean, if you just think about like large cities like New York, like uh, LA, Chicago, Miami, Houston, how many of them, are like that prepared? I mean, there are only a few, and these fews are probably people who are living on a farm, or they were raised as a farmer or so, I can imagine that these are the type of people who are actually fully prepared. And I say, okay, they have generators, they have land, they have cows, they have food, they have water, uh, they have pretty much everything. But I
dude,
can
if
imagine
I
that people in the big city are prepared like that. I don't think so.
You know what? If I have to filter my own pee and drink it, I'd rather get the fuck up out of here. You know,
Right.
I'm just being honest. Like, if it gets to a point where that's what I gotta do, man, I'd rather check out. I don't want to go through all that.
But I also think this too, Kelly. I hear this a lot of times on so many channels. Oh, I'm a patriot and I'm going to fight for my country and blah blah blah, right? But when you do lose the power of living, meaning you have no income, you have no money, you know, uh, that's a first instinct in your head that says, okay, I need to go to a safe place. And where is the safe place? Well, I don't know. I cannot answer this question. But I see a lot of people are leaving the country. Um, Now, I don't know if it's permanently or temporary. I really don't know. But since last year, 9 million people have left the country. So because
And
when the economy does go down, Kelly, you have no more income. You know, you have to figure out something.
right, that's why I'm saying, like, man, I'm not going through all that. Like I
Uh,
would rather, if and all the people with the money
mhm.
definitely have other locations to go,
Right.
right?
Yeah,
So
that's for sure.
so once this goes to hell, all they got to do is get in their private jet and go wherever the hell they're going next.
Mhm. Yeah.
Um, but if there is a predicament where I have to filter my own pee, no, man, I'm not. You know,
I'm
I,
not even thinking about doing that.
no, like that. No, that ain't for the weak.
Yeah.
any stretch of the
I, I
imagination.
think I think that's that's like a that might be a solution when you are in the desert and you don't find nothing anymore. Maybe because you become desperate. Maybe that's when you're going to think of doing something. I don't know. I mean, when we walked through the desert, we had water, but then when we did run out, my dad was cutting these cactus and um, taking the water out of the cactus. We were drinking. But filtering tea, no, that was not the option.
Yeah, yeah, that's where I'm like, okay, I'm drawing the line at that. Like, that ain't to each their own, but yeah, no, I
Mm-mm.
don't want to go through
No,
that.
thank you. I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to do that. Yeah, I thought it was my head.
Man, my kid showed me something horrifying yesterday.
Yeah, that's really awesome, Kat. Yeah, you should actually teach your children survival because that is the main thing to know, especially in situations like in the environment that we live in right now. You do need to know about survival.
I can't imagine having minors right now. Like, I'd probably really be freaking out. You know,
Right.
but
How's Mo doing?
he's doing good. He's at work. Yep, he's
Uh,
doing good.
Tell him I said hello.
Yeah, I'll let him know. He actually just started not that long ago. So,
Mm,
and that's another thing, like, man, the older you get, the harder it is to be on this, 40 hours a week. It may not
right,
seem like much, but
right,
standing on your feet all day, man, that shit gets played out.
right. I find this very funny. How uh, some people on these channels say, hey, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that. Then uh, they forgetting that there are a bunch of old people out there too. And how are they going to survive all that? Some of them are not in good shape. Some of them are old. Some of them have uh, health conditions. Some people are on medication or oxygen bottles and stuff like that. I mean, it is hard,
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
for
simple
sure.
the way they explaining it. Yeah, I understand. You're supposed to have a six pack and big biceps and fully loaded and all this stuff, but there are a lot of people in this country who have a lot of health conditions, especially in this country. You know,
Um,
since the
Garcia.
government provides such a healthy food for the people.
Well, yeah, I mean, your health is your wealth, right?
Yeah,
But good luck finding all the things to keep you healthy without having to, see a doctor, or you really have to know about alternative medicine and
yeah.
you
I
know
mean, if I don't even know if that exists, but if there is, if there are people who have created a group for them, they better have some doctors and nurses in their community, because they're going to need that. When bad times comes, a doctor is hard to find.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I know people that have specifically sought that out for their group, right? Which
Mhm.
is smart.
Right.
um um yeah, Garcia, that was I didn't mean to go off topic, but I've never I don't know if the internet is getting more bold in letting people post, like, all different things, but man, I seen two young kids, Pete. They were like 12 and 14, and they
Mm.
were messing around with. I didn't really get a look at the gun, but it had a extended clip on it. You know, like the I forget
Oh,
the drum.
right.
You know, and the girl pointed the gun at the boy's head and shot
Mhm.
him, totally accidentally. And within 5 seconds, she
Right.
sits down and puts the gun to her head. And I'm like, oh my God, that just made my like jaw hit the floor. And then the video proceeds to when the family's trying to get in the bathroom. They were in the bathroom.
Mm.
And I'm like, oh, I can't even imagine. Like, oh my God, that was horrific, man. Horrific. They were so young. And I'm like, first of all, who knows where they even got that from, you know?
Right.
And secondly, it's like, can you imagine having to deal with and or walking in on something like that?
Mm-mm. That's crazy.
Yeah, that just kind of blew my mind. Like, these are babies. But I guess it's still out there. They have images like that. And here, we've already had over 100 murders, which might not be much for, other people in the inner city. But
Mm.
I mean, these mass shootings are happening everywhere in the big cities.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially since 2020.
I
Uh,
mean,
I mean,
it's
it's not that we never had this, you know. I mean that was even there before all this BS started, but it became even more, and worse. I remember reading articles in 2020. Dude found hanging at the tree. Lady found in a trash container. A couple of people was fished from the river and stuff like that. Yeah, I've been reading a lot of stuff about that. But I mean, it is crazy.
a
But
lot of women here, Pete. A lot
yeah,
of like
yeah,
30 some women have been
yeah. They
killed
found in
on.
Amarillo, Kelly. They found in Amarillo a woman in a trunk of a car at the junkyard. I'm like, holy shit! This sounds like some of these action movies you would actually see. But this is just reality. It's just.
That's insane, man.
Mhm.
It's
I
absolutely
think I
crazy.
think people really don't care about it anymore. That's the expression I'm receiving. Like even though the laws are pretty harsh in this country, people really don't care anymore about it. I mean, how what happened that the crime rate went so extremely up? Yeah, because of this. I'm assuming because of this COVID, these inflation, food shortages, price increase, politics, and all this stuff.
I don't know. People are becoming so numb to it.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. Like, are you
Mhm.
kidding me? They're just, it's crazy.
Reality is, even though some people might don't show it, reality is that the whole country is angry as hell. So um, they might don't show it that they are angry, but deep in their heart, everyone is angry at one point. With everything that is happening. I mean, I would have never imagined um, that America would turn like this. And America has completely changed. It's not the America as we all know it. It's a completely different country to me.
Yeah, it definitely is crazy, man.
Things has drastically changed. Uh, you have no no freedom of speech anymore. You cannot say what you are thinking. Like man, my my shore is still America. I don't know.
And I get it. People get concerned, like, oh, I don't want my channel shut down. And sometimes I get in the mode where I'm like, man, fuck that damn channel.
Mm,
Like, wait, then I work too hard for it. And it's like a dilemma, but I want to be more like, cares what a stupid YouTube channel, like whatever. I
but
mean,
I'm at the point where I really don't give a shit about it anymore. If I get the strike, hey, it is what it is, and I already have to, because the other day I was talking about the COVID and the lockdown. I said, yeah, I might gonna get a strike eventually, but I said I don't care. People need to know the truth.
they gave you a strike for talking about
No,
that?
no, no, they did not. But I was saying like I really don't give a shit. If they want to give me a strike, then give me a strike. But people need to know the truth,
Yeah, yeah.
and that's another thing that people really they care so much about their channel. I understand, everybody has worked hard on their channel and whatever, but at this point in the situation that we in, you shouldn't give a shit about your channel because people need to know the truth. As long as you put the truth out there, that's all that matters to me, at least. I
Well,
mean,
yeah, and I
I have a
mean,
small channel. I don't have too many people. I will never receive 1,000 people anyway. But I put as much as possible. Uh, whatever I find online or so, or I hear. I always come and put it out there. Even though like sometimes it's like stories from my cousins who are from the Middle East. I'm like, yeah, even stories like that might be helpful. You never know.
right. Well, I mean, and people could technically make a quote unquote throwaway channel and then just go live on their main channel. Like, look, I'm going to be over here talking about certain things. Meet me at this, channel.
Right.
At least to, try
Yeah.
to get the traffic that way to be able to talk, freely where you don't care about it. You know?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. America is right now to me like Iran. You have to be careful what you say.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, it's no difference.
No, no, you're right. You're right for
You
sure.
know, you have no right over there anyway. You can't say what you want. You say what you want, you get arrested. Well, we are not at that point yet, but it seems like we are heading that direction.
Yeah, it definitely does.
I mean,
I don't know when, but
you get a strike on YouTube.
I just think next year will be very interesting to say the least,
Yeah,
you know? But
I'm
I
still,
got to get going, Pete.
I'm still wondering of what's going to happen next year.
Yeah, yeah, me too. But I guess we'll see, right?
Yeah.
Um, well, thanks for letting me up. I appreciate it. I was like,
Oh, anytime. You are always welcome.
yeah. So you guys have a good day.
Yeah,
And
you too, Kelly.
all right, take care.
Okay. What's up, Garcia? What's up, Cat? Um, what's up, Scat Pack? Hope you guys are doing okay. What's up, Anthony? Uh, not sure who else is still here. Uh, but, but yeah, things are not getting better. I don't know, to be honest, I really don't know if prepping is a solution. In my opinion, prepping is not a solution. Um, it might help you to survive uh, for the beginning, but you have to find a solution for yourself. But prepping is definitely not a 100% solution. It's it's gonna keep getting crazier till the people do something about it. Yeah, to be honest, Kat, I really, I have talked about this for three years, and all I have received was, people started attacking me because I was saying something about that, right? So, and 3 years have passed, I really don't see that happening. Uh, you know, maybe I say, maybe if if they cannot feed their children and have no roof over their head, maybe then. But other than that, I don't, I don't, I don't believe that people are gonna do a damn thing. Yeah, everybody is big with their mouth, but really small with their actions. I don't see that happening. And I have spoken to this to to Jason, to so many other preppers, but uh, I don't see that happening. That's just the way I see it. I tried it for 3 years and I didn't I didn't come to a solution with it. People are not gonna do a damn thing. They're just talking. That's all that is. So, but and not everyone is I say a patriot. Or not everyone is a warrior. You know, you do have people who are more concerned about their own family than about this country. So I think that's one of the reasons why so many people are leaving. I mean, I didn't make up these numbers. You can look it up yourself. Since 2019, people are leaving. But uh, it is what it is. You have to do the best out of it. You have to think what's important, what comes first: your family, your country, your life, your children. You know. So I don't know. I mean, that is exactly what happened to me and my family. Uh, when my dad didn't see no solution or no future in that country, he said it's time to go, and we had to start over somewhere else. It's just the way it is. But I'm not saying yeah, everybody should now pack their shit and leave the country. I'm not saying that, but uh, it might get you might get to the situation where you don't see no other solution. That's what I mean, you know. And then you do have to make a decision. Whatever decision you do, whatever is best for you and your family, of course. But I mean, hey, it's been 44 years now, and nothing has changed. Absolutely nothing. And why? Because the people allowed it to happen. They didn't do shit. They were just like this country. They were just complaining but not doing a damn thing about it. And then the regime completely changed 360 degrees, and then they were in a big mess. Now it's too late to do something, or they are too afraid to do something, or so. I don't know. But 44 years have passed, and they still live under the rock right now over there. You know, I hope that's not going to happen here. You know, but never say never. Anything is possible. I mean, who thought in 2019 that we would end up like this? I mean, when all this shit started, everyone just was thinking, "Oh yeah, this is just the flu, and then it's gonna disappear, and then everything will be fine again, or whatever." But no, it became worse and worse and worse. I'm just living my life. Once you back people into a corner, they do something. You can't run forever. That's the problem. Look at California. Everyone is leaving there and turning other places bad. instead of being willing to fix the problem. Right. I mean, uh, you, you are absolutely right. You can't run from your problem. Wherever you go, that problem is still going to be there. Yeah, and that is the issue, you know. Um, I mean, problems are there to be solved, not there to be running away from. But I mean, like regular people, you know, they're not thinking like this. You know, oh yeah, we need to stand up and blah blah. They're not thinking that way. They're gonna say, no, oh yeah, okay, okay, well let's go somewhere else then, sweetheart. You know, that's how they're thinking. You know, I don't know, but I really, but again, Ken, I really don't know. I really don't know if people are gonna really do something. I think the only time that I can imagine that they would do something, that would be when they cannot feed their own family. That's when they're gonna say, okay, now it's time to stand up or whatever. You know? But other than that, as long as people earning money, as long as you can pay your rent and still purchase food even with inflation, I don't think anybody's going to do anything. That's just my opinion. Because for 3 years, I've been talking about this, but I haven't seen anything in the news that I say, okay, there is a movement somewhere or anything like that. No, I have not seen that. But at some point, you know, hey, if you don't, if people don't do anything, you know, I already know what's going to happen then. You know, yeah, people are going to be pushed to the edge till they have no tolerance to do a damn thing. Just like any other country, this is not the first time. Hey, this happened. History repeats itself. This happened before a million times, so this is not new. But I don't know. Only time will tell what's going to happen. So we will see. We'll see what's going to happen. But I hope something positive happens. You know, I don't know what about you guys, but I am really tired of always coming up with negative news. You know, I would love to come one day and say, "Hey, what's up, everybody?" You know, "Hey, they lowered the taxes," or "Hey, there are more jobs," or "Hey, opening now new businesses," or uh, cars got cheaper, rent went down. You know, but no, we always have uh, negative reports like oh yeah, hurricane happened, people died, people got robbed, people got evicted, people lost their jobs. It's always something negative, and that part I don't like. You know, I hope one day this is gonna change to the opposite direction, and we can come here and say, you know, hey, uh, yeah, uh, no more war, no more hate, no more racism, no more hunger, you know, no more poverty, you know. Uh, but who knows if that ever happens, you know. I hope it happens one day that it turns to a better direction, you know, because you know this negativity, man. Every beginning has an end, man. It- I understand it started for 3 years now, but it has to end at some point. You know, it can't go forever like that. So Anyway, thanks for being here, Kat, Garcia, um, um, Scatpack, then Anthony, Kelly already gone. So thanks for being here. I really appreciate that. Stay safe, stay strong, and as always, let's know the best stuff is being pushed for a reason. Program, right? And as always, I see you guys in the next one. 300 up, up.